Hey everyone, today on Guitar Basics we're going to learn three things. We're going to learn the names of each string, we're going to learn how to identify easily which fret you're currently playing on, and then we're going to learn how I name or number my fingers so that it's easy for when I explain to you how to place your fingers on which string to produce any type of chord. It's very easy for you to understand this way. Okay, now let's move to the first part of our video. Okay, so a standard guitar has 6 strings. 3 low and 3 high. Now for acoustic guitars, most of your strings, your E, your A, your D, and your G are going to be what we call wound strings. Your other 2 strings here at the bottom that are not wound is your high B and your high E string. So again, we'll go through that. Our big E string at the top, then our A string, which is the next one down, then our D string, next one down, then our G string, next one, then our B string, then our high E string, sorry. Now these can also be referred to as string number 1, string number 2, string number 3, string number 4, string number 5, and then last but not least, string number 6. During my videos though, I'll refer to them by their string name, and for the low E and the high E, I'll address them as low E or high E. Now an easy way to remember the names of your strings are from the bottom, or at the top I should say, from your high E, we say Easter, bunnies, get, drunk, after, Easter. Easter, bunnies, get, drunk, after, Easter. And backwards, from the lowest string to the highest, that's an E, an A, a D, a G, a B, and then our high E. Okay? Alright guys, so a little trick on remembering or figuring out which fret you're actually playing on without actually looking down at where you're putting your fingers is looking at the inlays on the strings. On most guitars, you'll see the inlays like you see them on mine. You'll see them on the 3rd fret, the 5th fret, the 7th fret, the 9th fret, and on every guitar from the 9th fret, you'll see 2 of them that are blank, and then it jumps right to the 12th. From the 12th, there's another 2 that are blank, the 13 and 14, and then you see it on the 15th, and every 2 frets after that. It's quite rare, but you can see it sometimes. Sometimes there'll be an inlay on the 1st fret, but it's very uncommon. Now also, if you can see, there'll be a little dot on the side of the neck, or the side of the fretboard, so that when you're standing or playing like this, you can just look down and you can see the dot and you know your hands, for example, on a G string or a G chord, are on the right spot. So if you were like this, first of all, I can hear it that it's not the right chord, and I can look down and I can see that my finger number 2 is not actually on the right fret. So that's a little trick so that you don't actually have to lean over and look where your fingers are once you learn how to play the chords. Okay, now we're going to move into naming or numbering our fingers, I should say. So for the purpose of simplifying my videos, I always number my fingers. So to make this easier, I use finger number 1 as my index finger, finger number 2 as my middle finger, finger number 3 is my ring finger, finger number 4 is going to be your pinky. Now what this does is as I introduce and I explain how to play chords or where to place your fingers, I'll use finger numbers. So for instance, for a G chord, if I was to say finger number 2, which is your middle finger, this one here, if I was to say finger number 2 onto the 3rd fret on the big E string, that would mean finger number 2 has to go here. And then if I was to say finger number 1 has to go onto the 2nd fret, which is right here, on the A string, then your finger number 1 should go here. And if finger number 3 and 4 need to go on the high B and high E string on the 3rd fret, then they would go there. And that's how I would explain finger numbers and where to place them for any given chord. Okay guys, that's the names of our strings, that's how to figure out which fret we're on, and numbering our fingers. Thanks for watching. Take care guys.